I am continuing my reading. What I'm doing in this series is to read through the entire standard works of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. This consists of the Bible, the Book of Mormon, the Doctrine and Covenants, and the Pearl of Great Price. I am reading in a chronological order of events, not according to publication or volume, so I will be skipping around a bit as I move along. We continue in chapter 17 of 1st Nephi. In our last reading, we read the first 22 verses where God commands Nephi to build a ship, and Laman and Lemuel once again start complaining. Now remember, this is in the 8th year of the reign of Zedekiah. This is 2 years before the city of Jerusalem becomes besieged by the Babylonians, 5 years before the actual destruction. Let us pick this up in verse 23. And it came to pass that I, Nephi, spake unto them, saying, Do ye believe that our fathers, who are the children of Israel, would have been led away out of the hands of the Egyptians, if they had not hearkened unto the words of the Lord? Yea, do ye suppose that they would have been led out of bondage, if the Lord had not commanded Moses that he should lead them out of bondage? Now ye know that the children of Israel were in bondage, and ye know that they were laden with tasks, which were grievous to be borne. Wherefore ye know that it must needs be a good thing for them that they should be brought out of bondage. Now ye know that Moses was commanded of the Lord to do that great work. And ye know that by his word the waters of the Red Sea were divided hither and thither, and they passed through on dry ground. But ye know that the Egyptians were drowned in the Red Sea, who were the armies of Pharaoh. And ye also know that they were fed with manna in the wilderness, yea, and ye also know that Moses by his word, according to the power of God which was in him, smote the rock, and there came forth water, that the children of Israel might quench their thirst. And notwithstanding, they being led, the Lord their God, their Redeemer, going before them, leading them by day, and giving light unto them by night, and doing all things for them, which were expedient for man to receive, they hardened their hearts, and blinded their minds, and reviled against Moses, and against the true and living God. And it came to pass that according to his word he did destroy them, and according to his word he did lead them, and according to his word he did do all things for them. And there was not anything done, save it were by his word. And after they had crossed the river Jordan, he did make them mighty unto the driving out of the children of the land, yea, unto the scattering of them to destruction. And now do ye suppose that the children of this land, who are in the land of promise, who were driven out by our fathers, do ye suppose that they were righteous? Behold, I say unto you, nay. Do ye suppose that our fathers would have been more choice than they, if they had been righteous? I say unto you, nay. Behold, the Lord esteemeth all flesh in one. He that is righteous is favored of God. But behold, this people had rejected every word of God, and they were ripe in iniquity, and the fullness of the wrath of God was upon them. And the Lord did curse the land against them, and bless it unto our fathers. Yea, he did curse it against them unto their destruction, and he did bless it unto our fathers unto their obtaining power over it. Behold, the Lord hath created the earth that it should be inhabited, and he hath created his children that they should possess it. And he raiseth up a righteous nation, and destroyeth the nations of the wicked. And he leadeth away the righteous into precious lands, and the wicked he destroyeth, and curseth the land unto them for their sakes. He ruleth high in the heavens, for it is his throne, and this earth is his footstool. And he loveth those who will have him to be their God. Behold, he loved our fathers, and he covenanted with them, yea, even Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And he remembered the covenants which he had made, wherefore he did bring them out of the land of Egypt. And he did straighten them in the wilderness with his rod, for they hardened their hearts, even as ye have, and the Lord straitened them because of their iniquity. He sent fiery flying serpents among them, and after they were bitten, he prepared a way that they might be healed, and the labor which they had to perform was to look. And because of the simpleness of the way, or the easiness of it, there were many who perished. And they did harden their hearts from time to time, and they did revile against Moses, and also against God. Nevertheless, ye know that they were led forth by his matchless power into the land of promise. And now after all these things, the time is come that they have become wicked, yea, nearly unto ripeness, and I know not, but they are at this day about to be destroyed. For I know that the day must surely come that they must be destroyed, save a few only, who shall be led away into captivity. Wherefore the Lord commanded my father that he should depart into the wilderness, and the Jews also sought to take away his life, yea, and ye also have sought to take away his life. Wherefore ye are murderers in your hearts, and ye are like unto them. Ye are swift to do iniquity, but slow to remember the Lord your God. Ye have seen an angel, and he spake unto you. Yea, ye have heard his voice from time to time, and he hath spoken unto you in a still small voice. But ye were past feeling. that ye could not feel his words. Wherefore he hath spoken unto you like unto the voice of thunder, which did cause the earth to shake, as if it were to divide asunder. And ye also know that by the power of his almighty word he can cause the earth, that it shall pass away. Yea, and ye know that by his word he can cause the rough places to be made smooth, and smooth places to be broken up. O then, why is it that ye can be so hard in your hearts? Behold, my soul is rent with anguish because of you, and my heart is pained. I fear lest ye shall be cast off forever. Behold, I am full of the Spirit of God, insomuch that my frame has no strength. So these are the words of Nephi that he speaks to his brothers after they start complaining and murmuring about building a ship. And he recounts the history. He stays primarily in the 40 years of their wandering in the wilderness. He does talk a little bit about the conquest of Canaan, but he doesn't mention really anything from the time of the judges or the reign of the kings. But he says, all of this was going on then, and now the Jews, our people, have ripened in iniquity and are about to be destroyed. I know they're going to be destroyed. And so God is leading us away that we may be preserved. Because God can do anything he wants. God knows what is best and he acts what is best. And his power is such that he can do this. The one thing that I do love about this particular section is his statement there that the Israelites would not have been able to conquer Canaan if the Canaanites had been righteous. The reason that the Israelites were able to conquer Canaan is because the Canaanites were wicked. They had become evil. So evil that God needed to destroy them, to cast them out. And he even tells Abraham in Genesis, can't remember the exact chapter, but he tells Abraham, look, I'm going to give you this land, but I can't give it to you until I can justify removing the people that are already here. I will give it to you because in the future, these people will become so wicked that I will need to drive them out. I will need to wipe them off the earth. And when that time comes, the land will be given to your descendants. But we're going to have to wait for that time. And it reminds me, during the time of Abraham and Isaac, there was the city Gerar that, when Abraham went and Isaac both, they tell the king that their wife is their sister. And then God visits the king in a dream, and the guy recognizes God. Abimelech, that's his name. Abimelech recognizes God. And he kind of lectures Abraham. And Abraham says, well, I didn't think you guys actually knew God. I didn't think you guys worshiped God. And Abimelech's like, of course we worship God. We know who he is. We know who you are. So there were, at the time of Abraham, there were righteous people in the land. There were Canaanite nations that were good, righteous people. But by the time the Israelites come back in, 400 years later, it is all wicked. And God allows the Israelites to drive all the people out, to destroy them because of their wickedness. Anyways, we leave that here. We will finish this chapter in a third video, which will be the next one. So we will see you there.